I might skip being entertaining for just a moment because I have buttons to click. Miles and miles of buttons to click. It'll only take me a moment, and then we'll get to it. So, if you're watching this in the archives, for example, you might want to click forward just a few minutes. I'm just gonna blitz through this as fast as possible because the faster I do this, the less likely. Because yeah, so it'll typically take people a moment to filter in, and I just yeah. So this like the more I front load this, the better I feel like because um I don't know what that means. I don't understand what I'm reading right now. I'm gonna skip that one. Sorry. Just getting slightly distracted. Um, but yeah, all right. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's an exciting day because there's just a lot of buttons to click right here, and then not that many more though. I'm almost there. Um, it's just it's I don't know. It's I think particularly excited today because I'm calling this the start of Open Gamma on the project, which basically like just because of the odd history or like the interesting how should I put this the curious origins of this project, I guess. The or just like I don't know. It's a let's. I think we can mostly agree that this is a weird project. Like it's a project that uh, you know, for to the extent. Hey, Marty, how's it going? Is this Binary? I think so. It was Binary the last time I checked, so it's hopefully still Binary. Uh, um, oops, extra space character typo. But that's in order now. So all right, I think I'm basically done. I just need to do what else? Oh yeah, just click a few more things. Like for example, wait, which order was I going to do this in? I guess it doesn't exactly matter, but sorry. Um, doop doop. There were just a few buttons. A few more buttons. We're almost there. I should have been slightly more organized about this. I usually don't have this many buttons to click in the morning, but I'm just gonna click a few more and then we'll be all set to go. So, how are you guys this morning? An okay Monday so far? Uh, yeah, that's actually correct. I hope I hope that would be the case because uh, it's well, the alternative would be a lot worse, right? The alternative to having a great Monday would be having a less than great Monday. So I'm seriously just like this is all filler. But the good news is I have like very few more buttons to click. So yeah, I'm almost done. Um, which ones left? Which ones are left? Oh yeah, I have this one, and I think there's just that one last one. There's just one more, which is this one, and we're good to go. All right, sorry about that. That was not my finest work. I think we all know that. But now we can. Oh, I should at least start the game, huh? Right? I should have at least started a side quest a while ago. Could have at least had that up and running. And now let's get to it. I know what the first order of business is today, and as I mentioned, this is the start of Open Gamma. So I'm going to say that the first order of business here. I think I even have it. Oh, oops, this is a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't really matter. I think I even have written down in my backlog. Oh yeah, I was gonna put this down here. I tend to keep this here now. First order of business. Making a gamma badge because it's now Open Gamma. So yeah, let's this should take almost no time, and then I have some ideas as for what I want to do after that. But I'm also a little bit flexible too. So if people have if people have other asks for us to like what they'd like to see, then that's something that we can talk about. All right, let's Oh yeah, okay, so in the what happened here? The IRC data did not work. Oh, cool. That'd be great if for some reason just just like chat didn't work today. That'd be wonderful. All right, yeah, it looks like it failed to connect to IRC the first time. So I don't know what that means exactly. Let's just try it a second time. Maybe it'll work the second time. Okay, and it did. It just worked the second time. Science. Science. I don't. I don't. I don't have any idea. let's uh, let's just get on with it. I always prefer it when I can explain like why is this thing happening this way, right? Like why why did that happen? Why did this other thing happen? The world may never know why some of these things are happening. No, in this case, I just mean that like I guess if I understood more about like IRC and about network programming, I could probably figure out what might have gone wrong there. But those are not my specialties, and it might become clear at some point, especially if it becomes like particularly disruptive. But if it's the sort of thing where hitting the just hitting like run again like fixes it, then okay. It's not. It's probably not urgent right now. Oh wait, no. You know what? I should not be starting with this one as a basis. I should be starting with the alpha badge as a basis because so I think I might change this at some point. I might like, especially if we proceed past gamma into like open. I forget what comes after gamma. I actually don't know the Greek alphabet, but then it goes alpha, beta, gamma. I might instead of like making the next badge like a lower tier, I might promote the other ones. Like alpha might turn into like platinum, and then beta would be gold, and then gamma would be silver. For now, I'm just gonna add in the like a bronze for gamma. So yeah, bronze. It'll be easier to work with the saturation that we have in the alpha badge rather than the silver one. Because bronze is actually not that far off of gold. It's just like a little bit dimmer, and maybe a little more red. I think I'll probably want to bring up the contrast a little bit. So actually, maybe I won't change the lightness here. Maybe I'll just start by changing the hue, and then we can go to brightness and contrast, and of course I'll change the letter on it as well because it is no longer alpha. It is so more contrast, less brightness. I think is that looks a little more bronzy. I might have made it too reddish, but I can always change that later. In terms of like the rest of the tone, that might be a little too far, a little too much contrast maybe. I mean, these things tend to be pretty high contrast just because they're very small, and so they wouldn't read as anything unless they have some contrast to them. So I think that's probably okay. And yeah, I probably do want to put it back a little. It's like too red at this point. It's like it looks. I don't know if there's a metal that looks like that. If there's a metal that looks like that, I don't know what the metal is. Okay, so yeah, let's. Oh yeah, how am I going to do this? Oh, for one thing, I need to use the pencil tool. For the lettering. Okay, so yeah, so this will go like that, and then 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 gamma. That's gamma. I guess like I don't know. Maybe I don't need one of these dots. Maybe like that could be gamma. That looks pretty gamma. Yeah, I think that looks slightly more gamma. It's pretty gamma. Pretty gamma, if you ask me. Gamma jamma. No, I should not say that. No one should say that. Okay, so this is good. We did a gamma badge. All right. So this is actually probably not gonna. This definitely won't show up until we restart the script. But once we restart the script, then that should be G2G. Oh, you know what I should probably test out is the live the live the live narrative tools, because those are like newish today. There's like more there than there was before. And it'll get especially interesting once there are more people here. Interesting might mean crashy. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't mean crashy. But uh, there is always that. I've taken some light precautions in case not everything runs perfectly smoothly this morning. Um, let's. Is there something up with chat today, or is it? It might just be that we're lifting off at a gradual ascent. But just because I ran into that chat error earlier, it has me like nervous that maybe there's something wrong with IRC. I'm sure everything's fine. How could it not be just 100% fine? So so let's do what? We have oh yeah, we did it. We did the gamma badge. Trusty Bard sometimes forgets his tweet levels. Yeah, I still don't know what that's about. Am I doing anything in terms of like data collection to like figure out what? Hey, Trusty Bard can use chat. Am I doing anything to help like parse this out? I guess not, but I really don't. Oh no, you know what I could do? Yeah, I'll just start putting in like very broad data, like broad swath sort of data outputting, so or like data tracking, so that way not tracking, but like data printing. So that way it will be at least a little bit more on the surface as to what could be going on here. And so let's start with what? Sorry, I'm just distracted on my other computer right now because I posted an animated GIF of SideQuest, and then someone reposted it, and I don't know. I thought it came out pretty well, so I was proud of it. Okay, sorry. I'm a child in so many ways. So okay, so sorry. So level tweets. Oh yeah, you know what? You know what is probably not the problem, like not at all the problem. But I was thinking I might try to fix up anyways. I was thinking like, I think in the case that like that multiple people level up, like if multiple people have connected accounts and they both level up at the same time, I think like it tries to send out both tweets like immediately. So like right in that same instant, which I think is fine, probably, because we actually do that a fair amount with like Trusty Bard's Twitter account, in terms of like the narrative stuff. Like there are many very many times that like I've written events that were too long, and so they automatically got split into two separate tweets. So for example, this like your path takes you to the edge of a goblin encampment. They look to be in the midst of celebration. Will you look closer, comma, dot dot dot, or keep distance? Like these got sent out in like basically, I'm guessing they have like basically the exact same timestamp to them, like 11:13 a.m. 11:13 a.m. Yeah, right. So I'm thinking that shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know. It's just like I was just trying to think of like what outside events could be conspiring to reduce the success um, of those tweets. And yeah, I guess because this is like new, I've never made a Twitter bot before, so level tweets. Let's look at where we reference this stuff. It's yeah, so tweet level ups. So if the length of level tweets is greater than 0, yeah, so let's just say print, here we'll just say print process level tweets, and then I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything necessarily wrong with hey Asato, you can still cower. You can participate in events until the next event occurs. So like you can still participate in the Meadow event. Like your participation won't affect the outcome, of course, because the outcome already came. But but you can still participate. Yeah. Like you still get credit for it. You still get experience for it. I'll cut to the important part. You get experience for it. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but hopefully that will be slightly more revealing. And then we can go to tweeting level ups, and we can say, so like when we go to tweet level ups, let's say global process level tweets for LI and process. Oh, is there anything like faulty math that like or like faulty logic that might accidentally like skip over something? Yeah, see, like you got experience for it. One experience. There you go. um, okay, so uh, ID list append. Wait, what is this ID list business? Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, this business is. Oh, I wonder if this is the complicating factor. Because maybe I should just skip this, actually. ID list. Basically what I'm doing is, I'm, oh wait, am I looking up IDs? Yeah, I am. I wonder if this is the problem? No. I don't, for LI and users. Huh. Maybe this is the problem. Maybe this users lookup. Maybe it is. Yeah. So maybe it is trying to tweet out two things at the same time, and maybe it's not the fact that you just can't tweet two things at the same time. Maybe I'm just using users like doing something wrong with users lookup. I don't. Do I have to be doing it this way? I don't really. Although it is probably better to do it this way. Let me just look into users lookup just to see if congratulations, Asato. Uh yeah, I'm just gonna look into how this works just to see if there's something not something I could change here. Hey, Code Hard Programming, how's it going? Welcome. Uh let's go with what? Let's go with yeah, so users lookup clearly works some of the time. It works at least some of the time. User users lookup. Yeah. User ID equals what? None? No. User what? User ID, a list of user IDs to retrieve. Optional. I guess you can go by any of these things. So, huh. The thing is, I don't really even have to be looking up the user IDs. Because I technically know them. The only reason I'm looking them up is just like on the off chance that they might have changed since the last time that we referenced them. So, it might be, yeah, so maybe I shouldn't like take them out per se, but like maybe for now I should try them. Try without, I guess, because uh, because if that is the thing causing the problem, then well, so if taking it out fixes the problem, like if I take it out and then it never happens again, then that at least is diagnostically like pertinent. So that yeah, I feel like that might be a good place to start. So let's yeah, I mean whatever, let's try it. So instead of doing users lookup and then for li in users, what would I be doing instead? I guess yeah, what is this information? I guess I mean it must be ID list, right? So we're going by the user ID, and I think I did that because I was using the user lookup. But instead, I might just do. Oh, wait a second. Oh yeah, li.screenName. Yeah, that's right, because we get back a list of users. Right. Okay. So what do I want to do instead? I guess I can change this pretty significantly, I think, in that I can basically, I don't have to do two separate loops anymore. The only reason I was doing these two separate loops was to put together the list of users, then to fetch the list of users, and then once I had the list of users, oh, sorry. This other, like the other weird thing that's been in the back of my mind for a while, that I was just like, for a second I was like, wait, are those two things related? Was there was this like long hang where the game would just like, the game graphics would just like freeze for a while. And I was like, wait, if this network call is getting, but no, this is not a separate thread, so unfortunately, this is not the cause of that. Or fortunately, I don't know. This is not the cause of that. I'm inclined to assume. All right, let's go with what then. We have we have we have basically this stuff in the middle being no longer like especially pertinent. Um, yeah, we can basically just like skip over this stuff. I could just comment this. Yeah, I'm just gonna like comment basically. I'm just gonna comment out basically all of this and like rewrite it. So that way, if I decide to come back and do it a different way or go back to the original way, it'll be easy enough to reconstitute. Um, so what we're gonna do instead here. So for li and process, so we right. So we have the. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so we have the handles saved. We're saving out the handles, I think. Actually, let me check. I might have disabled that. Because after I was thinking of saving out the handle. Yeah, the handles are saved out. So uh oh, and they're time stamped too. Yeah, and the reason I did that was so that in case I was time stamping them so that because I was thinking I wouldn't look them up every time that we were going to do that, but we could we'd only have to like look them up if they were like specific especially old. So for like if they were more than like 2 weeks old, like we would check in intermittently. So um, let's I think for now I'm just because like this isn't supposed to be a permanent solution. This is just supposed to be a temporary thing. I think for now I'm just going to use the handles and like literally just skip over the user lookup call. I'm basically just trying to reduce the variables because uh well actually maybe instead of jumping so far ahead, maybe first I should just investigate as to whether this could be a causal factor. Um yeah, so you know what? Actually before I go that far with it, let's instead just print the users list that we get out of this. So let's just say let's just like print users, and then we yeah, because it was occurring to me like I mean the reason I set it up this way is because this is roughly how I wanted it set up. So I there are reasons that I had set it up. That what TV show did I watch during the weekend? This weekend I finished The Legend of Korra season 2, and then I watched Justified season 3. Yeah. Those were- I also watched a few other shows here and there, but that was the most of it. Yeah. Justified is such a hard show to like, or it's such a strange show to binge watch because it's so intense. It's so intense and it's really brutal, and like I, it probably like affected me subconsciously. But yeah. All right, so maybe this is actually fine for now. So now we have more information as to like what's happening. First, we see before we attempt to tweet the level ups, we get a snapshot of like what level ups we're attempting to process. Then once we call for the list of users to tweet, the list of users being like what we use to tweet from, then Justified is it is a live action show. It's about a U.S. Marshal who shoots a lot of people. There's a lot of shooting. There's a lot of shooting, and There's a lot of shooting. There's also a lot of punching. There's a good amount of punching and just other like brutality. Yeah, it's like a cops and robbers type of show, kind of. Except it's like I don't know, like just I don't know if this is like I assume this is like it's based on like how the U.S. Marshal system actually works, but it's basically like cowboys and like modern day cowboys, kind of. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay. Uh, it's an entertaining show. It's on Amazon Prime. They have like 5 seasons of it, and it's a really good show, but it's really brutal. All right, so global level messages. Yeah, no, this is all fun. It seems to be mostly fun. You know what? I do I print the global? Do I print the level messages on Start? Yeah, no, I keep wanting to think that there's going to be something wrong with. I keep wanting to think that there's going to be something wrong with the level messages, but there's really no corroborating evidence there, so I probably should not waste a bunch of time like looking up that sort of thing. Uh, so I'll assume that's fine for now. All right, so save this, and then what? Now let's yeah, I guess we can get to. I guess that's probably enough. That's hopefully enough to lead us at least in some direction. Give us an idea of what might be happening there, and then so let's get down to the business, the getting stuff done stuff. All right, so right branching quests, water flickers out of. Yeah, this is another. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna look in the. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna look in the archives to see why the water was flickering out for a frame, but then I didn't. I didn't actually export the video until this morning, and it's not done processing yet, so I'll have to check that out later. Creative, hey, welcome. How's it going? Uh, all right, so I guess now that there are some people here, so one of the things that we did, if you weren't here on Friday, one of the things we did is voices, which is part of my attempt to use the. By part of my attempt, I mean basically I haven't been using the secret panel in a while, or recently. I was focusing more on the automated system, but I do want to use the secret panel, and so voices is a feature that we added on Friday that I think will make the secret panel a little more interesting because like I've been trying to I've been trying very hard, but I like when I like in terms of like encouraging people to like play side quest in like to the extent that they would care to like in terms of like I don't know, role playing. It almost sounds like too powerful a word, like role playing, but like basically like getting into the story of side quest. Like I think that's fun, and to the extent that people would want to do that, I would want to encourage them to do that. And so the thing that we added to the secret panel now is that you don't have to only use you can use okay, so action tags, right? We all know how action tags work. Basically, you don't have to stick to Trusty Bard's action tags. The the ones that Trusty Bard provides will be the ones that interact with events the way that we know events. I didn't change how events work. Events still work exactly the same. However, action tags that are not relevant to the current event, or action tags just used at any other time, are now like tracked, sort of like. So basically, what happens with them is instead of affecting like a current event, instead of acting a live event, basically what I intend them for is to like to be part of like the storytelling, I guess. So yeah, I like some people are very. Oh yeah, actually, so there's a few things I want to do with that that I was just thinking of today. So verbosity in voices is the thing that I want to filter for, because I don't want the filters to get spammy, or I don't want the excuse me, I don't want the the voices to get spammy, or I don't want it to encourage spamminess. I don't want I don't want to encourage people to just like print like I mean it's still supposed to be like a form of communication, I guess. So yeah. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to do with these. Because like it's entirely up and it works 100%. Like the feature is working this very instant. Like for example, here wait, I'll put the secret control panel on screen, and say what? I am a bit thirsty. Excuse me. Yeah, and so what that does is because I used the pound sign, it now shows up here. So yeah, and so right now, so only one voice has been heard, only one voice has spoken up, and so. Oh, Devin JavaScript. I didn't just start using Python in the middle of this project. Hey, this is the new follower, nice. I'm More Plays Games. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. Yeah, so Devin JavaScript, I didn't just start using Python in the middle of this project. I just started using Python at the start of this project. This is the first project that I've done. This is the first big project that I've done in Python. So this is 100% Python. Yeah. I still feel like I just started this project. Like it still feels very new. So if I use language about like immediacy regarding this project, it's because it still feels very new. So so yeah, right. So now Hungry and Thirsty are both on the voices list because they were both set in chat. And so like you see their like numbers after it. So basically what it's keeping track of like so the first number is basically like the volume. I guess I'll be calling it because that it makes me I don't know, I like that. Yeah, so I added a few more. So it doesn't update instantaneously. It updates like every 10 seconds or so. And so we'll be seeing those ones in just a moment. Yeah, so the numbers indicate like the volume, and so yeah, so they're oh, that's weird. How come Beep showed up but Generous and Nosy didn't? All right, well, like I said, I just added this on Friday, so apparently there's a bug in it. Nothing like this came up in testing on Friday. So all right, so apparently it's still a work in progress, but weird. Yeah, volume is basically like an aggregate value representing how many people are saying it and how recently it's been said. So volume like fades over time, and so then the other values are like how many people are saying this, and what is then the last one is the combined influence of all the people who said it. So for example, 2,310 influence points worth of people are hungry. I don't intend to keep this on screen, so I usually don't show influence values on screen, but whatever. Yeah, so alright, so what the heck was up with the Generous and Nosy that they didn't show up in voices? I swear there's no special code to like specifically ignore Asada or anything. Oh wait, what was this sitting here setting up Linux Mint second machines? When my dog was gonna move to the city and have to live in like a smaller apartment where he wouldn't have as much time outdoors, I was going to set up a little Skype laptop for him so that I could Skype to him from work and at least like say hi to him. He wouldn't be as bored during the day. But yeah, kids are important too. Arguably more important, but yeah. All right. So what was this? What what's the deal with this whole Asado stuff not going through? Like seriously, what's the difference here? Because I mean, the game just like basically ignored them, but why? I'll have to. All right, so I'm just gonna copy this block of what we were of what we saw into just like a text document or something. Hey Yakimus, how's it going? Uh, um, all right, so yeah, what is the difference here? These ones did not go through. Uh, these ones did not go through, whereas the rest of them did. And why? And why? Like honestly, I mean the what? I'm. They look so similar. Why? I can't think of a single reason why these ones wouldn't go through, whereas the other ones would. Um. Sorry, I like. Usually, there's like at least something vaguely different. I mean, like the only thing that's different is that. Excuse me. The only thing that's different is that Asada said that they feel a certain way rather than like being a certain way. But that it's not like the syntax is even important there. Like hypothetically, like I was going to add in something where syntax could have some relevance, but as it is, well, all right, let's go to where we like we annotate voice data. So it might be well. So one thing that I did change on Friday also was that I completely refactored how we read in data. So um, maybe this is just representative of a bigger bug, possibly. Uh, all right, where is it? It's pretty low in the script. It's like yeah, it's around here. So prove message. Uh, yeah. So where's the all right, so these are all the GM commands. Uh, and all right, so we canceled out the all right, yeah, this is where we put in voices. Name. Am I doing something weird with name or no, if I was doing something weird with name, it would cause a lot more problem than that. Um so um uh uh I'm sorry. I was just yeah. I don't know. Trolls are funny. I think that's the true meaning of trolls is that they're annoying at first, but then in retrospect they're hilarious. So I think it's like an amortized sort of comedy where you pay for it up front and then you just get to laugh about it for years. So um, okay. Uh, sorry. Okay, so yeah, I didn't change that much here. Like the only real difference is the new voices thing, and by here I mean in like the like if you're here on Friday, you saw most of what this refactor involved was just like reorganization. Like there wasn't really new logic going on. I might so I might do something similar as before with like what we were just doing with the level tweets. I might just put in some information like I might just put in yeah some like prints basically what we yeah oh sure, right. So like so when we get so okay yeah there's the there's this step or there's where is it there's the very important step of where we parse out the action. Yeah, here we go. This is where we get the action whatever's from the whatever blah blah blah. So by that I mean we look through the text and find the action tags. So once we're done with that, we can say print act source, and then so this will at least tell us if we're even finding the action tags, because like there could be a few things that are going wrong. Either in this text we failed to find the action tags for some reason. I really don't know why that would be the case, but who knows. So we either failed to find the action tags, or we found the action tags and then we failed to process them correctly. So this will at least give us some indication as to which of those two might be the case. And then let's do what else? So then I guess so yeah. Then I guess actually there's more that could go wrong, because we might be processing. So like if we are catching the action symbol correctly, it could be that we're not adding, like we're failing to add the voice keys correctly, or we're adding the voice keys correctly and then we're failing to like process the voice keys correctly. So let's so when this happens, let's say or so after this whole thing processes, let's say print player let's just print their voice data. So once a player voices up, let's see what they've said. Let's so at the time that they say it, so basically what the difference that we'd see here hypothetically is that like, so after thirsty, we'll see like, we'll see like a list like thirsty, because this will represent the action tag that we just saw in the previous statement. And then the very next thing we'll see is what, another list of, or no, it'll be a list of lists, and it'll be like thirsty, and then like some number representing the timestamp. Not quite that long, but like some number representing the timestamp. And then so if we don't see this, then that's a problem. And then I'll put in one more step. Sorry, trolls. I'll put in one more step, which is sorry, trolls. So and then okay, so then the final thing is where we actually sorry, is where we process it. So voices. This is where we actually go through and process that data. So sorry. Let's we can do this. We just have to do what? Yeah, when we go through let's so we loop over the, actually I guess we do it a little bit differently. I don't think I have to worry about events. So if event is on, like that's the case that we're not going to care about up front. The other case, like so yeah, what happens during an event is different. What happens during an event is what always happened during an event. This is actually like I didn't used to do this in the secret control panel during the authored events. I used to do them only during the live events. But this is the part where it just keeps a running tablature of is that what tab's short for? Tablature? Huh. My brain seems to think so. Of like the progress of the event, and then after the event, it'll switch back to the voice data, so right. So we can skip. So right. So so this whole event on business is the running tally of the event. That, as far as I can tell, works correctly. Although if that doesn't work correctly, that would be also distressing. But I don't. Huh. I mean, it could be that action tags have just never worked right, and I just never noticed it. But that That'd be startling, frankly. um, I guess maybe I should keep an eye out for that, I suppose. Um, and yeah, so if anyone ever participates in an event and doesn't get credit for it, feel free to let me know because I have all that data in this debug or in this output log. We have all of the data that we can piece together to see. Hey, that's the new follow sound. Uh, Great, great. Thanks. um, yeah. Uh, I've never actually tried to get someone like banned entirely from Twitch, but I think I'm gonna make an exception. Uh, so sorry, this will just be one moment, um, and then we'll get right back to it. Uh, so do do do. It's tough. It's one of those moments where you just kind of want to. I don't know. I like to think mostly about the like what's good in the world, and then sometimes you can't. You just have to take a brief departure to uh, to correct the darker side of the world. So this person is harassing my channel with an offensive derivative name. They spam, unfollow, follow to spam on-screen notifications with their derisive or with their uh, uh, what is it? It's just harassment. And then lastly, this person has also been evading, or I suspect this is a person evading other bans in the channel. Yeah. So, did I miss a real follow? Sorry if I missed a real follow. I was writing a thing, but that is done, and we can get back to work. So, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were checking to see if voices will work, and hopefully they will. They're gonna work. They're gonna work someday. I know it. I know they will. Just Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm just gonna jump back to screen cam for one more second because I'm just gonna do one other thing real quick. Is doop, doop. Don't mind me. I closed the notifier window, so that's why there's like a weird little black bar on screen, right? Doop. Sorry, just 1 second. Alright, so save settings. Yeah, I'm just temporarily deactivating. Oh, whoops. Oh, I know this jerk. Sorry. Whoops. How am I not? Oh, there you go. I got it this time. I got it this time. Alright. Wait, did that, I thought it just disabled follow alerts, but whatever. Okay. Sorry for the distraction. Uh, let's let's thank you, Marty. um, I want to do what? I want voices to work, so I might restart the script now that we have additional data. Oh no, there I was gonna put in one more data point. I was gonna put in the right. So when the voice data actually gets output, so that happens here, and then so what is it? It's when we loop over right. When we loop over players, for v key. So I'll just say I'll just say if player dictionary voices dot keys, if the length of this is greater than 0, so if the length of player dictionary p keys is greater than 0, then we'll print it. Otherwise, we don't have to care about it, because for most players this is actually just going to be blank. So yeah, and then actually no, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'm gonna, because like that's before the math happens, so I kind of want to. Yeah, this is gonna get a little spammy, but whatever. I'm just gonna do it here. I'm gonna say print print what? So yeah, so no, that's I was gonna say that's fine. Am I still getting follower notifications? Why am I still getting follower notifications? Sleepy Eldrazi, welcome to the channel. Thank you for following. I literally just disabled those, but whatever. All right. Because I get them on my other monitor. So yeah, whatever. Okay. um. Hey, Canarf stream. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I missed your question. You can play it right now. You're playing it right now. It's literally happening right this very instant. Oh, sorry. I'm just this person. Sorry, I'm just gonna ban someone from chat because they keep evading. I'm pretty sure this is the person that I just reported, and I don't know what's wrong with them. They just have like mental problems or something, which is sad. But I'm not a psychologist. I'm a game developer, so they came to the wrong place. But yeah. So, yeah. So, whatever. I'm just gonna get spammy because I can always pull it back like once things are working correctly. But like for starters, I'm gonna start spammy and yeah. Oh, this is gonna be really spammy though. Like really spammy. Oh, so I'll say. Is there something? Wait, no. I can do this less spammy. I can do this. I can accomplish this. So vval. Yeah, I'll just print it here. It's still gonna be a little spammy, but it could certainly be a lot worse too. So. All right, so we'll say print p key, which is the player's name, v key, which is the action that they've voiced, and then v val, which is what we've calculated for the volume of the voice. All right, so that's enough. I'll probably restart the script in a minute, and then we can start getting that information. Oh man. Permabanned forever. I didn't even read that one. I just really can't deal with that right now. Alright, on the off chance that I'm mistaken, Aaron, like, we should talk in another context, because I just can't deal with that right now. Let's do what? Okay, yeah, no, we can move on to other topics because I just Because like those are like wait and see sort of things. Like we'll get more information about that later on, but for now we just need to know what's going on, I guess. Um, so oh yeah, yeah, events. Here, let's have an event. The question, someone in the chat asked, what are events? So here's an example of an event. um, oh yeah, well, yeah. All right, sorry. There are a bunch of features that I kind of want to add, but like it's gotten to the point where like I do kind of think not just about the next thing for side quest. I tend to I've started to think like in a further scope of like a little bit like more blue sky about like what side quest could be or what could get added to side quest at some point. But then now I'm starting to think about things that are like predicated on other things. So like away mode is something that I want to redo, but I can't yet. It's predicated on a whole bunch more event data, which I could author, and then like so I think I should write events, but then I also think wait no I should be using the live control panel so that way I don't know. It's something that I think will happen eventually. Oh whoa, oh that's funny. I just noticed that the stars draw over the action tags. Is that true? Wait, yeah. So this, yeah. I guess that's fine because they just kind of like scrape the bottom. But I usually the action tags draw like over everything. So I don't know. I think that's kind of. I didn't necessarily intend to do that, but I don't mind it either because it almost makes them like it almost a little bit more. Like right now they're just like plastered on top, but because things can actually draw over them. There's now as long as it doesn't like affect legibility, I think that's fun. All right, so oh sorry, all that pink. Whenever I look at the game graphics in full, you guys end up seeing like a bunch of pink on screen. I think because uh, because whatever. Because that's because yeah, that's the color that usually gets filtered out because of the chroma key, but it only gets filtered out in the representational graphics. It doesn't get filtered out when I actually show the graphics on screen. Like, for example, this. Yeah, those are the graphics as I see them on my screen. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So this is the part I guess where if you guys have like a strong preference about what you'd like to see next, I think there's like some flex room there because um, I have like code stuff I could be working on. I have art stuff I could be working on. I have design stuff I could be working on. So if someone does have have a particular preference, let me know. Otherwise, I will probably I will do what? I will so uh I'm thinking I might do more character art, possibly. I might. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that. Oh yeah, the castle interior. Oh, are you asking about it, or you want to, or you actually want to see it? Castle interior. Castle is a bit misleading. It's actually just going to be like building interior. I could probably change that. I probably should change that just for clarity. Um, yeah. So there. So right. So the pirate ship is an example of a background that doesn't connect to other backgrounds. And I mean, I keep thinking of the building interior as a similar sort of thing, although it doesn't really have to be. I think I'd probably make it that way at first. I would make it just like a separate environment, like no transitions, no smooth transitioning between other environments. But just like whenever the game had to take place inside a building, we would then have like a building, for the game to like a building to represent those spaces. And yeah, we don't yet. So the the we already have a pirate ship, a bay. I'm planning on making a beach at some point. What is this? I don't know what that means, but whatever. Uh, nice emoticon, Asado. Pirate ship, capital P dash slash. Okay. Uh, um, yeah. Let's yeah, oh yeah, so character art's one of those things that I always have to do. Like there's always gonna be more character art. So I might as well, right? Uh yeah, and so the next thing that's actually on the list, well it's not on the list. At least I haven't because I don't have like a specific idea of like what to do with it necessarily, but one thing that is due is the next familiar. So like right now there's the owl, right? Uh, so this is like the current like character art, sort of like this is the character at the top of the list. And right now the owl is the is the companion. I I don't know how serious I am about it, but I kind of last week I was taking care of my roommate's dog, and I kind of want to. We're at level 51. Uh, yes. What do I mean by character art? Yeah, I did their appearance up to level 51. 51 is not the end of the game. It's not like you get to 51 and then I stop streaming or something. It's there's always more character art. So yeah, I was thinking. I don't know if I'll literally if this will literally be the next familiar that you get. But last week I was taking care of my roommate's dog, and I was like, maybe I'll add him to the game. Oh wait, what is? Oh. Yeah, I was like, wait, what are all these other layers? And I remember this was the oh, the background used to be green, which is why there are all those like green smudges. But there's the blacksmith, and there was the, the lumberjack. All right, I'm gonna get rid of these now. We don't need these anymore. Um, okay, so oh, what is this one? That is oh, that was the hat. Yeah, right. Before the hat was okay. Um, yeah. So hypothetically, if I did add a Chihuahua to the game, what would it look like? Oops, I was drawing on that layer. Wait, that's the correct layer? Oh, it's just not visible. Wait. Oh, wait. I don't understand what's happening right now. Okay, so we're drawing on this layer, please, please and thank you. So oh, color pick. Oh, right. I have to color pick from the image. So uh, little dog, little tiny dog. She's a slightly bigger brush for starters. Uh, so do 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 do. Uh, so do 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 do. The dog is very little. If the next familiar is this little dog, it is a very little dog. Uh, it doesn't even look like this. I apparently cannot draw dogs. I'm now discovering. Now, how do dogs walk? Because yeah, I guess like I would want to depict the dog walking because they they tend to be the companions tend to follow along, right? So wait. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna make it. How do dogs walk? I can like picture them walking. I just can't. I just can't. All right, whatever. Small representational dog. Your next companion is a cave drawing. um, apparently, because I cannot for the life of me get this to work. Hold on, I'm gonna switch. I need to bring up reference art, and so I could just bring up reference art of a generic Chihuahua, if I was so inclined. But if this is actually going to be modeled after a specific one, then then I should. I mean, I do happen to have reference of a particular of this particular creature. So hold on. So I these are pictures that I took of him just the other day. This is a little guy that I was taking care of. Um, and I guess those aren't super helpful because they're not. He's not like walking around in those pictures. But let me see. Yeah, I'll just Chihuahua. Sure. Uh, uh, so sorry. um. All right. So let's say images. Um. Sorry, I don't know if this is if this is if this. Oh, here we go. Okay. Um. I um, I might not make. I might not actually make it out of Chihuahua. I might not actually add a Chihuahua to the game. I just thought it would be funny. I personally think they're adorable. I think because of this little of this one that I know, who is quite adorable. But I guess it could be like maybe it'll just be like a small dog of some sort. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a Chihuahua per se. Um, oh, okay, that's why the legs weren't looking right. Because I knew I had to do something in terms of like the shape of the legs. I don't know. It wasn't it wasn't coming to me immediately. So let's all right, here. Oh yeah, was my stuff all misorganized by the way? Oh, I think I was moving around yesterday for other things. So I'm sorry. I'm just gonna get my screen back into position. So that way, that's not behind my head, is it? Am I covering up? No. Okay. Okay. Just didn't want to make sure. Like sometimes my head is like unfortunately positioned and like covers up what I'm working on. But okay. Uh, okay. So I guess like the yeah. So some of the stuff I was doing wrong here in terms of this depiction of the Chihuahua had so oh yeah, okay, so for one thing the torso is not shaped quite like I had it. It's like it's more it's more barrel chested, and then it comes up a little bit in like the back haunches, and so then so then the legs, I guess wow, yeah, they're like so a shaped. Well, that doesn't look right exactly, but like I don't know, kind of something uh a little bit more like that, I guess. Hold on. Doop doop. Doop doop doop. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, and then doot doot doot. So again, I might not do this. I might go for something else instead. This is just an option, I guess. And so if I did use this option, then like, actually wait, let me get the face a little bit better shaped before I go to other things, because like it's a very like a Chihuahua. They're kind of tubular in a way. Like the neck is also like the head is like bigger than the neck, but the neck is also fairly thick. There's not as much of a I don't know why the hold on the head is poorly positioned right now. As part of it. So I want to bring it like forward and down a little bit. I don't know. That might not be the neck was like too puffy, and I didn't want to necessarily. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. We're going in the right direction. Uh, the head is quite big, and round and cute. The ears, my, yeah. I guess the ears don't always point upwards, but sometimes they do. Uh, uh, we're getting there. We're getting there, Altarius. We got it down now. All right. So, oh yeah. Okay. So the front paws are not quite right either. For one thing, I want it to be adorably. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Yeah. So for one thing, the back legs we didn't even get quite right. We just got them a little bit better. So yeah. So then okay. So if the front leg. So okay. So yeah, the way the legs alternate, like on a given side, like the leg go back and forwards or forwards and back, like between the front and the back paws. So like on the what is it, on the dog's right side here, the front paw would be back if the back paw is front or forward. So why the 2 frames per second? That is a popular question, and for me personally, it was never like, here I'll make the game intentionally 2 frames per second. It was that I made the game. I was like adding. When I added art to the game, I brought it up to 2 frames, like it, because originally it was 0 frames per second back before there was any art to the game, and so I added 2 frames, and I was like, yeah, that's good, that's it, that's like I didn't. So then I looked at the game and I was like, what does the game need? And I didn't think to myself, a 3rd frame. We need more frames. We need all the frames. I thought to myself, no, actually, instead of like getting like picky about like that sort of thing, let's instead add features that are good and fun. Like let's make the game more fun, right? I don't know. Like I like, it's not that like games with more animation can't be fun. It's just that if a game like if it yeah animation is not a priority, I guess. Like there's no reason this game needs animation. There's nothing missing from the game right now. Well, I mean, there's nothing fundamentally missing from the game. Yeah, at every juncture, I look at the game and I'm like, what does this game, like, what can I add to this game that would improve it? And like, yeah, so I could add more frames. Like, everyone knows how animation works. Well, I mean, everyone knows what animation is. Pretty much everyone knows what animation is, right? There's no question there. But in terms of like at any given point, like what should I be adding? So like I have my backlog, right? So like if I put like here, let's let's put multiple frames of animation on the backlog since it's such a popular. Oh, Trello's down right now. All right, well, Trello's down right now. Basically, like I have my backlog, right? If animation was on my backlog, it would be, you can't see it, but my hand is really far down. It's like, here's like the backlog, and then here's like animation goes. It's not right about here. This is about where more animation goes, in terms of like what I want to add to this project. So, I have nothing against animation. To be clear, it's not like I have a grudge against animators. It's not like animators are fine people. I imagine like there's no like I. I'm not saying down with animation or anything like that. I'm just not saying anything else about animation either. But yeah, that's like the #1 question about this game, which is funny because like I've never heard someone say like, "Shoot, I messed up because of the low animation." It's like, "Shoot, I'm bad at this game because of the low animation," or like, "Oh no, I can't. I missed that event because of the because of the low animation." Thank you, Sato. Tell you what, dog. When I restart the script later, maybe I'll show you what. I'll show you the game at higher animation. It's it's funny. I'll put it that way. It's funny. at higher animation, or at a higher rate of animation. Uh, so excuse me. All right, yeah. So I'm just looking at. So this is actually what the silhouette of the little dog would be, I think, if the little dog gets added to the game, which I think is all right. I think that's kind of cute. I'm still not 100% that this is the character that I want to add to the game next, but I think it's doable. I think this is like this is certainly an option. Um, I might. I don't know if there's necessarily going to be a better time, so I I think I might do it now. I think I might. So yeah. I'm gonna add another layer. I'm gonna do the detail work on another layer. Oh, where'd my reference image go? Do, do, do. Uh, so I might restart the script. I'll restart the script after this event, and first I'll restart it to run a faster animation speed. Just to demonstrate what that looks like, and then uh no, why would you think I was trying to search on that side? Go away. No one likes you. Okay. I'm sorry. Um, oh yeah, I am hard setting the environment. I was like, wait, am I doing that? Because I did that. I put that in a couple days ago. All right. So yeah, animation cooldown. We'll put the animation cooldown down to 0, and so we'll see what the game looks like. So after this event, I'll restart it. We'll look at that, and then yeah. So the real reason I'm restarting the game is because I've added that debug information, and because I haven't restarted it yet, we're not actually getting that information, and because like I really don't know what to expect in terms of like how to go about fixing those things. Then I oh, wait a second. Oh, no, no. Okay, wait. Oh, there's one other thing I want to change actually before I start the script, which I'll do it. You don't understand why I'm laughing? That's fine. If you at any point you need to understand why I'm laughing, feel free to ask. You're welcome to ask questions. Um, okay, so yeah, did anyone level up? Okay, no level up, so I'm safe to restart the script, and yes. Oh yeah, and while the script is down, actually, I'm going to. All right, so I'm going to restart the script, and so here's Dog's chance to see the game running at higher animation. Oh, it's the pirate ship. All right, that's the least interesting one. So let's go to I don't know, mountains. Were we just at the mountains? I forget. All right, Excelsior. All right, so this is the game running at higher animation. So there you have it, Dog. Sorry, I'm just highly amused by it. So, all right, now I'm going to bring down the script because okay. So now when I bring up the script again, I'll put it at the regular animation speed, and so we'll we'll see that debug information there. To exactly, Asada, you get it. Because fun. Yeah, so, okay, there were two little things that I wanted to change. Oh, yeah, so the first one is how voices work during events. So voices. So let's go to where we process voices. There's just one thing, like, there's just one, like, a little formatting thing that, like, I think I didn't do it for the old voices system, or the old voice whatevers. I tried it for the new one, and it worked great. So I'm gonna, so instead of just separating these things by two vertical bars, I'm going to separate them by the new line character, because having them on broken up into lines instead of having it into like this one mushy string of like blah 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 whatever, it actually makes more sense here because we know that there are actually only going to be relatively few lines, so we can split them onto lines, and scrolling up and down and stuff works fine in that little text window, so that's totally good. So yeah, so the thing about that Dog is that here yeah, let me pull up. I'm just gonna go to the info page for SideQuest for a second because So like, okay, so here's like this isn't all the character art that we made for the game. This is just some of the character art for the game. And in order to draw this character art, I needed to make 2 frames of animation. If I had needed to, so like, let's say yeah, okay, well no, we can literally say I've drawn 51 levels of character animation, like 51 like individual, like not complete redo of the character set, but like, you start as like, where's the starting character? You start as basically this character here, except you don't even have the walking stick. And so for every upgrade, you go through 51 upgrades throughout the game. And for each of those upgrades, I drew 2 frames of animation. So 51 times 2, that's 102, 102, yeah. Images or frames that I had to draw. So let's say instead of 2 frames of animation, let's say it ran at like 24 frames of animation. 24 frames of animation is actually relatively slow. If something runs at 24 frames of animation, it's not going to look like a completely smooth animation. It's going to look a little bit clicky. So let's say I did it anyways. Let's say I did 24 frames of animation. That means I'd have that in the same amount of expending the same amount of effort. I'd have made 4 items instead because I'd made 4 and I'd have made like a little bit more than that. So this game would have had 4 levels. That sucks. That super sucks. It's stupid and I hate it. So no, I'm not going to do that. No, that's a bad game. And my goal here is not to make a bad game. My goal here is to make a not bad game. So I hope that answers some of your question. I answer that question a lot, so I'm getting more creative about how I go about answering. No, you know what I should do is I should just wait. What is it? It's 11:52 right now. So I should just highlight that clip of me explaining it, and then when everyone asks that question, because everyone asks that question, I can just be like, I can just point them to the clip. I'll include me saying that in it, so they'll know the history of it. No, yeah. Let's. But there was one other thing before we start the script. Before I bring the script back up, there was one other thing I wanted to add, and now I'm blanking on what it was. It was does it have something to do with like oh yeah, no, I remember what it is. When we teleport environments, I want to re-choose the event because that's something that I can't do right now. And we can it's not as big of a deal anymore, but so maybe I don't have to do it because like it used to be that whenever we went to the village, we would get stuck in the village because there were 6 events that happened in the village, and there were 5 events that happened in the snow. And so it used to be that there were only 3 events that happened in the snow. So the probability of getting out of the village was a little weird, and it was like this strange, inescapable situation. I think it's fine now. Is it? Well, so yeah, basically the thing I was gonna do is, oh, yeah, no, yeah, there are other things I was gonna do, but uh, I won't worry about them. I won't worry about them imminently. What am I gonna do? So, oh, is Trello still down? Is Trello? Oh, it's back. Okay. Cool. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I guess I don't have to do it right now, but what was it? Yeah, I mean, and this is not directly related to what I was just talking about, but I have like tech where the same event doesn't come up too often, but I broke it, or like I made the events like more complicated, and so the old system didn't work as well anymore, and I have an idea about how I can like spruce it up, but I haven't done that yet, and I want to. So I guess that would be like so like recent events queue up ducks upgrade upgrade redux upgrade whatever. Yeah, I don't have to do that right now, but I'll put this back here. I'm gonna put Choops as something on my to-do list because Choops is what I call is the nickname for my roommate's Chihuahua friend, and so that's what we're working on right now. Choops. Okay. Oh, what is my favorite language to use, Python or Ruby? Never used Ruby, so I guess I have to choose Python. I would make SideQuest 3D before I'll probably make side quest 3D before I go and make 2D animation, honestly. um, yeah. Uh, uh, okay, so I can restart the script now. Do I want to do the teleporting thing? Is there? I might want to. I don't know. Uh, so yeah. So whatever. When actually, okay. So let's go to so next ev I yeah. So this is where we choose the next event. Um. So next ev I hmm. It's just occurring to me that like hypothetically there could be a conflict between. Oh no, there wouldn't be. Yeah, I was thinking like even if I change it so that when you so there's a command where the uh there's a oh wait. Yeah, there's a command whereby the GM can teleport from. I used it before when we went from the pirate ship to the mountains. I just used the teleport command to get us there. Um, and that was what I was about to change. It was occurring to me that like the way I process the teleports, like there could actually be like a if it. Okay, what would happen? There's like a magical special frame where if I try and hit it at the exact time the event is initiating itself, um, there would be. I think there'd be a conflict. Or like what would happen in that conflict? A init event. No, because the event gets initialized in the init event frame, and so, I mean, I don't think this would be a problem, but I could be wrong. We'll see. So next ev I and next ev name, those are the two important ones. Oh yeah, actually I can just basically just do this. All right, so copy these, and then so teleport I think is the no oops teleport what? It's not called teleport. It's called teleport, but oh, init teleport. Yeah, init teleport. Okay. Um, so end name equals do now to, and then so we're just going to change the next event to also happen in our new environment. So so we're going to choose from this env events, which is the list of events specifically for this environment, not including any neighboring environments. Because if we just teleported to this environment, we want to choose the next event to occur from this specific environment. So yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. It's possible that there's like a slight conflict that could occur because of this. Oh yeah, because what if I try and activate this the instant that the this only okay so no that wouldn't be too weird. Yeah, one thing that could happen is if the event is about to initiate right as I hit the button, the teleport button, the event would start first. I think. Well, it could happen either way. Either the teleport could happen first, which would be fine, and then the event would happen in the very next frame, or the event would happen and then the teleport would occur. But all that would actually really change is that we would still be the event would have started already, and we would just be in the wrong environment during that event. But that's fine. It's the same thing that would happen if the event started and then I waited a minute and then I did the teleport thing, which would still be weird, but it's also still fine. All right, so yeah, the script has been down too long, in fact. So I'll bring the script back up, and then yeah. Oh yeah, no, Asado, you haven't seen my 3D art apparently. Trust me, my 3D art takes very little time. Here, this is a game I made entirely with 3D art. Dog, you came in here like pitching high quality, like high frames per second animation, and like you're pitching it to the wrong audience. Like I don't know what reaction you expected. Like everyone to be like, "Oh, that's a great idea. No one thought of that yet. Yeah, let's do that." Like you're not the first person to have talked about this. Like if if the response is not what you expected, then well, I don't know. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I like I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, no, this is my 3D art. This is my this is me doing 3D art. Yeah, isn't it great? And look how many frames per second it is. Actually, this is running at slightly low frames per second. Here, let me it actually runs at higher frames per second because apparently we're frames per second hogs here. All right, so P7 I think was the nope P6 was the highest that we got with here, and it actually runs quite smoothly. This is even optimized for mobile too, so this can like this can run on like well I tested it on like some Android devices, but I think it should run pretty well. Oh, sorry, I'm just putting the side quest visuals down at the bottom of the screen. Just to get them out of the way. But yeah, I can do 3D. Look at that. Look how many frames per second this is. This is a silky smooth. I don't know exactly how many frames per second it is, but I think it's like 30 or 60. It's like one of those nice buttery. Look at those curves. Look at those things getting thrown into the air. Those stars and explosions and whatnot. Blammo. Yeah. All right. It doesn't look totally impressive that it can run at a fast speed now, but like the screen actually gets cluttered up and like filled with like a million different things, and so later on in the game it's slightly more impressive. All right. Anyways, back to business. We were making a little dog. Uh, um, if you're not pitching high frames per second animation, dog, you're doing a terrible job of it. Because it sounds like you've been pitching it for the last like, I don't know how long. We have been on that topic for a while. All right, so so this dog is very like there's not a lot to this dog. Like he's very petite. He or she is very petite. I'm not calling it a he because it's because Choop is a he. So yeah. So I guess the detailing is going to be pretty relatively minimal, I guess. Do do. I don't know if I even need like the the shading. I could just go with like the flash shading, and I think that might actually work fine. Um, do. All right. So. Oh yeah, I should. All right. So yeah, there's also like I can do the like the shading of like the shape of the dog itself, not just the silhouette. I'm kind of using it. I probably shouldn't use the exact same tones that I used for I was just color picking from the backpack because like that was really close, but it's not spot on. Like these chocolatey colors like are slightly less purple. Like I think they're deeper into like a reddish or orange brown, and so I should probably color shift it. I think I was kind of hoping that these ones would work out okay because then I wouldn't have to introduce quite as many. Oh yeah. And that's the other thing is well like this little guy here has or gal here has like a chocolate tone for the body and like a little peanut butter tone for the for like little paws and the nose and stuff. And Choops isn't quite like that. Not that not that this has to be Choops. Not that this literally has to be exactly like Choops, but if it was, hypothetically, that's that's patently false downward dog. You're just wrong. Like, it's nice to think that you could just like press a button and things would go magically better, but you're wrong in this case, which is I think probably why you perceive us as trolls because, um, like you're yeah. I guess we've been dancing around the fact that you're that what you're saying is patently false. But I guess I might as well. Yeah, no. So I'm not trying to like jerk you around or anything. But what you're saying is just is you're grossly oversimplifying it, and you're frankly just wrong. So that's that's why I think that's probably why it probably gets perceived as trollishness, but it's there's not I don't know there's not really a different way to say that I guess at least not that I can think of. There probably is a much more I don't know like less abrupt way to say it, but I don't know. All right, so I don't know what I'm trying to do here with the toning, or with the shading. Am I on the wrong layer? No, this is the correct layer. I just made the neck way too thick. Or did I? Did I like it better that way? Maybe somewhere in between the two. Because it looked too thin when I narrowed it back down again, but it looked too thick as it was. So, uh, so. Doop doop. All right, yeah, we're getting there. These actually might be okay in terms of colors. Like, this might be an okay palette for it. Uh, Although it is overall too dark because like the little button eyes are gonna be um we've spent way too much time on this topic, dog. We should really like move on with our lives. Like we should we should think of something that's important to us and like focus on that and like try and make that real instead of instead of carrying on like we are. I'm gonna make a new layer for the eye because it's gonna be messy at first. Because the first the first thing that's gonna happen is I want to because yeah. One thing that I don't know that just stood out to me about this picture is that the eye is light, whereas if you actually looked at this dog's eye like up close, you would notice that the eye is like basically completely black. It's just like I guess like maybe it's the skin around the eye that just like catches a little bit of the light, but yeah. So despite the fact that it's actually like mostly dark, like the eye itself, it picks up a bit of lightness. So I'm gonna try and render that, and it's gonna get messy. I'm gonna need to like add and subtract and like redo and undo and like retouch and Alright, hold on a minute. I try and use the smaller brushes very sparingly, but I think this might be a situation that calls for a smaller brush. Doo-doo-doo. I put this on a new layer, right? Wow, what is happening here? What madness is this? Uh, Sorry, I'm just laughing because it's like getting cartoonishly like oversized, like Bambi-eyed sort of but yeah, no, I don't know how I'm gonna accomplish this exactly. I might have to just use a different strategy. Like maybe I just shouldn't make the eyes so maybe I just shouldn't do the eyes like that. Maybe I should just I don't know. I was thinking, yeah, because like the other thing is like if instead of doing any of this, if I just made the eyes like dark in tone, then it would be the whole silhouette would be very dark, right? There'd be like no detailing to it. So that I mean that's not literally the only way I could like detail. I could like even if the eye was darker, I could still put like lighter patches on on the little guy. Like I think the real chalupa Choops, as I call him, has like a little like his nose is like a little lighter tone than the rest. I mean, I think that's partly because he's like a few years old, and so he's like graying a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like I have creative liberty here, so I can do however I want. um, I don't know. That's not the worst thing. If it turns out a little bit like that, there's a lot. It could certainly go a lot worse than that. So yeah, what if I don't know, what if I did like a combination of both? Like what if I did primarily like that, except then what if I put like, I don't know, just like that might even be too much, but that could be alright. Just something to indicate that there is an eye there. Oh, and the ears too. Um, yeah, I think I just kind of need to put in like a lighter tone to this because like right now, I don't know. It's too just too dark. I guess I don't know. I didn't mean to make it like a panther. I meant to. I meant for it to be more like just like a more chocolatey. And I should probably maybe. So maybe I should just like rebalance the color too, I guess, because yeah, like I was saying before, like this is probably not quite the right tone or anything. Uh, do do do. Uh, so yeah, wait, what am I doing with this? I could put like a little patch on like the back of the neck or something. Uh, Nah. Maybe I could do like the little paw color. Uh, eh. That makes it look more like a cat or something. I don't know. Maybe this is literally fine. Maybe it's literally fine to just have like a little dog. Uh, with like mostly darker tones. Um, mhm. Dogs do have noses. I've noticed. They do have noses. Um, so, uh, oh wait, but actually, wait, no, my dog's Chalupa's nose actually isn't darker. Some dogs have darker noses, but I think Chalupa's nose is actually lighter. So maybe that's what maybe that's one thing that'll help. Is wait, hold on, I forget. I'm just gonna look at those references because I do have those references of like uh like a face shot. Um, so actually, hold on, I'm gonna sorry, my browser is just slightly different than I usually have it, so I'm just gonna see if I can shuffle this around real quick and so where was it? It was sorry, just one second. Uh, oh yeah, no, that's what it was. It said he has much lighter coloration around like a hmm. Yeah, so his nose actually isn't darker or lighter than the rest of his like coloration. Yeah, he has like a lighter colored like area around his nose, but I think I was not actually going to be depicting that. So maybe this is fine. Maybe this is totally fine. Little doggy friend. Okay. Yeah. I guess like I mean one of the unexpected side effects of this is that it didn't take me nearly as long to draw this as it usually does. I usually because usually more of the detail is like visible. I end up having to spend more time rendering that stuff, but because like a lot of the detail here just isn't as visible, I think that's basically it for some of the stuff. So what layer did I draw the tail on? I'm just gonna reshape that slightly, and then yeah. So now it's basically just a matter of the other frame of animation. uh, the other frame of animation. So here, let me save this, and then hold on, let me think of yeah, it'd be nice if I could render it'd be nice if I could depict the hop that the hop in the little guy's step. It's tough because he hops very fast. Like when they walk, they're like pop 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 pop, and so like because like the stride of the adventure is a lot wider. Um, uh, I yeah, I guess it's fine. I'll probably just have like a visible height difference between the two frames, and that way I don't know, it'll represent hey Jaka, I'm glad to hear that you're happy. Um, yeah, I think just having like a visible height difference between the two frames will impart some of the verticality of the movement, I guess, a little bit, because it's mostly it's like I don't know, it'll be in the grand scheme of things it'll be relatively subtle, but like there'll be some uh it'll be a little noticeable, I think. How does yeah, that's fine. Uh, and then oh yeah, wait, hold on. Right, I was like something is not quite right here, and it's like the chest area. This should be a little darker, a little more pronounced. You could even come a little further down, but no, this is fine. If I put it, if I make the chest bigger, it'll just make the legs look shorter. It won't actually do much else. All right, so this is good. Oh, the tail. That's one thing I definitely have to do is this is not a legit frame of animation for the tail because um, this little puppy's tail is gonna go freaking crazy. Trust me, trust me, that is true to life. Um, uh, so it's gonna go like whipping from side to side. So that we can depict. Um, hmm. Although it wouldn't be exactly like that. It'd be like, oops, oh, wrong layer. Undo, 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 redo. On this layer, yeah, it'd be like, let's lighten that haunch a little bit. Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, no, I guess when this leg is forward, let's bring the tail forward as well. So let's, on this frame of animation, let's say the tail will like come whipping in this direction. And I guess it'll be a little bit cheated with perspective. I don't know, like this is coming towards the screen, I guess, is what it's supposed to be. Uh, I guess. Yeah. And then when his haunches are in the other direction, when they're oriented the other way, then it'll be whipping in the other direction. Yeah, I think that's good. Let me just. No, it's not really helping. All right, that's fine. Oh, actually, just on this layer, uh, it's a little abrupt, right there. Huh. No, I shouldn't poke at it. It's fine. It's fine enough. Okay. Uh, okay. So, oh, you got a puppy? That's awesome. um, all right, and so then, so yeah, let's do the other frame of animation, which will be what? It'll be so the things that'll change in the other frame of animation. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna temporarily squish these layers together. I'm gonna copy this, make a Oh, actually no. I'm gonna place this in a new image, paste, because then I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna undo, uh, to put those layers back apart again, and slap in a new layer to use as like the so that this way I have like I can edit from this. So now I have like it's like basically just repeated. So yeah, all right. So now I have this layer 29, which is it's like the other frame of animation for the little guy. And so yeah, I mean, the legs will kind of just alternate, kind of. Except no, I'm not gonna have it that way. I'm gonna have it so that there is actually like a significant or noticeable difference in the stride. I try not to literally just invert the stride exactly. So let's start by. All right. Actually, I'll get rid of this back leg first because this is the one that's going to change the most significantly. Specifically, I think the back leg now is going to go. The back leg is going to start by going. Oops! I just realized I don't have the. I don't have this frame on screen. Do do do. So. Oh, you got a little pointer, puppy. Oh yeah, I can use a bigger brush for this too. So yeah, I think the back leg is the back leg in this case is gonna come further up. So actually, I think the way that it's shaped is it would come down, and then up, and then out. It's gonna be like up in the air, and that's actually probably too far. So it comes up and then down. Yeah. So it's going to be so. Whereas this, I might even go back to the original image and make it so that this paw in the front is lifted higher into the air. But I basically that'll be like kind of a little bit of the differentiation and the alternation of these frames. Yeah. All right. So, hold on, wait. I'm messing up this leg. Yeah. So this is also the front leg actually that's coming back like this. So so the haunches will change pretty significantly too. And then actually this leg, oops, not wrong tool. This leg might not change too much. This leg here. Because this is kind of like now this is the back leg. It kind of like became the back leg. But I will actually pull it back a little bit. Because it wouldn't look exactly like that. So hold on. So let's move it over one click and up one click. Yeah, that's slightly less cheating. Not by much, you know. All right, so now, oh yeah, so this is the front leg. So right, so it's not bunched up anymore. It's so right, so this actually is going to be a lot like it's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be like elongated and like drawn back like this. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's actually the other thing I tend to do, which I haven't done yet, is here I'm going to hide this and go back to the other layer or back to the other version. I'm just going to Alt function print screen, and in a new layer or a new image. Whoa, what? Oh, it took it took a screenshot of the of the layers panel instead of okay. So Alt function print screen. I was like, why is that so tall? Okay. Expand canvas. No, that's what I meant to take a picture of. Now I have that one on another image, so I can just I can reference it more easily. I can just kind of like flip. Whoa, that's funny. Wait, no, how was that? All right. Funny. Okay. All right. Let's. Oh yeah. Okay. So, all right. So that's the. Oh, and okay. Let's. Show this layer again. So, alright, so the two frames of animation are going to be like a little bit like that. Oh, actually, huh. Yeah, well, it does capture how silly the little dogs look like when they walk. But actually, I'm gonna do something different with this. Yeah, just looking at the two in comparison, I realized that I actually want to do something different with this. Do something different with this leg back here, which is what the hell layer? Excuse me, pardon my language. What the heck layer am I on? Let's let's get rid of that. Because actually the back both of the back legs are gonna be like up a little bit more. So this one's gonna come a little bit more forward, a little bit more down and forward like that. I think. So so the haunch is a little more out because of the step and also so this front paw isn't going to be well. For one thing, this front paw is going to be back. It's not going to be front. It's going to be so yeah. Let's switch up the. I'll touch up the other. Oh yeah, and I have to do the tail too. So I'll continue to touch those up, but let's quickly swap the front paws too, just to see how that goes. So now instead, the front paw will also come forward. It won't be lifted up, but it'll be forwards and touching the ground, and then the back paw will come down and will also touch the ground. So kind of like that a little bit. So roughly the two frames of animation will be like that a little bit. Which I don't know. He looks a little more staid in. Oops, I can get rid of this one now. I'm not using that anymore. He looks a little more staid in like the one pose, but I think it should. We won't be looking at it this close either. We'll be looking at it more like. Oops. Oh well, yeah. It's not going to work as well switching between the two frames because they're not positioned. They're not lined up. But it'll be more like that. So I don't know. I think it could work out. We'll see. I mean, I'm fabricating this fairly fast, so I can just come back and change it as needed. All right. Oh, I've been doing a lot of this with a smaller brush too, so it's a little fuzzier here and less fuzzy here. Is that bad? How bad is that? It's not great, but actually it might be better to do it with the sharper strokes. Oh, okay. So that silhouette doesn't work right because like it just gets the shape of the legs just gets like lost here. So all right, so I like how it looked cuter up front or up close, but why is this not scrolling? There we go. Why does it stop scrolling? My scroll wheel stopped working. It's fine for zooming. It doesn't work for scrolling up and down. All right, whatever. Yeah, this I like this this positioning of the legs up close, but no, from a distance we need something more like why is my brush is not switching? I don't know what that's about either. The whole program is just has just gone on mutiny. I guess no, I guess this should come down a little more. This should come like down to touch the ground a little bit more. This is fun. Should this paw go higher up or lower down than the other paw? It might be that maybe this paw should come down and this paw should come up. Yeah, because otherwise it looks like a little like tottered. It looks like Thank you, Jaka. Yeah, I hypothetically I could hit 1,000 followers this week, which would be kind of fun. Uh, um, all right, so yeah, I think I'm actually gonna bring up this paw instead, because I think that actually makes more sense with like to the general stride of a dog. Like I think it like I might be wrong. No, I don't know. We'll see how it looks, and I might want to change it, but we'll see. Uh, oh yeah, and the tail. That's like another kind of important thing that I've been neglecting thus far. Uh, why is the paw weirdly shaped? Uh, uh, Yeah, and so then the tail. Do 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 do. So this definitely goes like way in the other direction. I think the tail might have gotten longer in this frame. Hold on. No, that's yeah. It got a little longer. So let's shorten it a little bit because it's not supposed to have grown. uh, that's not appropriate.